As a human, you're a creature of consistency. Everything you do to get you where you are today is a pattern of behaviour you have learned. Now, you could have learned that as a child from your family, you could have learnt it from your friends as you grew up, you could have learnt it from you being at school in that environment, as you've gone through later life, through workplaces, through social clubs that you may be into. Everything that you have it influences you and it gives you your pattern of behaviour. So what's that? What do I mean pattern of behaviour? Let's take another. Men, which side of the face do you shave on first? Do you go that way, then that way, that way, that way, that way, that way? Ladies, which earring do you put in first? This ear, this ear? Do you put lipstick on your top lip first, your bottom lip first? All of this is behaviour that you've learnt from someone, and it becomes a norm. So you think driving a car, the first time you got into a car, it was probably very overwhelming. 3 pedals, steering wheel, gear stick, handbrake. How can you consciously operate all these things? But you get to a point when you pass your driving test, you're driving, you see a red light, you stop and you do it all without thinking. You do it unconsciously because you've learnt that pattern of behaviour to do it. So as I said, your pattern of behaviour has got you where you are today, which is giving you your current level of confidence and self-esteem. So what we need to do is start playing around with it. Was one, to acknowledge these pattern of behaviours. So example I've given you is, where do you shave first? Which side do you brush your teeth with first? What shoe do you put on first? And just notice you do all these patterns. The second thing is to do something different that breaks these patterns. So an example for me was, I'm someone who, whenever I've got an appointment, I have to be there at least 10 minutes early. The thought of being late overwhelms me. It puts me in a state of fear. And I used to think, well, why am I doing that? It's because I'm conscious I can always see the time. So I don't wear a watch anymore, because it was just looking at the watch is what caused my panic. And since I've stopped wearing a watch, I get into meetings on time, I don't waste any time, and I don't get stressed, and it's brilliant. The other things you can do as pattern of behaviour is, break something away from the norm. So, for example, you might go into McDonald's and go, "Hi, can I have a Chinese takeaway, please?" And they'll look at you as if you're a complete idiot. And you go, "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought this was a Chinese takeaway," and just walk out. Now that might sound a really random thing to do, and it may sound as if it's making you look stupid, but that's the point. It's trying to say is, if you can walk into these situations and hold your attitude of what you're trying to do, that you know you're just trying to have a bit of fun and you get away with it, with people believing you, my God, the buzz you get off this, your confidence is going to go through the roof. I remember one particular client I worked with, I told her to do this exercise, and it's the panic that came over her, and I just thought, oh, I'm never going to get her to do this. She phoned me up one day, and it was just like a little schoolgirl, like giggling down the phone. I was like, "What did you do? What did you do?" She went, I walked into an off licence and I said, "Can I have some lemons, please?" And the off licence, "Oh, I'm sorry, my dear, we don't serve lemons. This is an off licence." She's like, "But you sell gin," and I wanted gin and lemon, and surely you sell lemons, do it. And she went to a whole argument of why the off licence should be selling lemons when, it's completely nothing to do with it. And she walked out very head held high, felt very proud of herself, and that was a brilliant story to hear. And so I said, what I want you to do is go out and do something different. And some of the other examples, when I went through this, my mentor, he took me into McDonald's once and went to order food, and he suddenly beforehand, instead of going flip a coin to who pays, he went, "Right, we're going to tell the waitress a joke, and the one who makes her laugh least has to pay." And I'm suddenly going, "Oh my God, I do." And I told the worst joke ever, and I paid the bill. But my God, I did it, and I felt great afterwards. So today's mission is all about, think about what you do every day that's your pattern, and when you get one that tweaks you a little bit, that affects your confidence, just do something different and see what happens. I'll speak to you soon.